Force field. Oh, Saturday. I'm supposed to be sleeping. I'm not supposed to. I don't want to play anymore. Oh, well, at least I get tomorrow off. Oh, it's been a hard month. Good month, but a hard month. One of my subscribers was saying, "Oh, Red's always complaining like a little old lady, or like how sore he is all the time." I'm in the best shape of my life. That's why I'm sore. Oh yeah. It does beat you up though. Like, it's not as bad when the heat's not as bad, but man, it does beat you up with this kind of work. Yesterday was Dragon Day. Yesterday was in the ditch burning. Getting paid to burn dandelions, my favorite flower. They're a flower, guys. They're a flower. Talked about it yesterday. You get paid to destroy something that keeps coming back, it keeps you employed. That's a flower. That's what it is. Oh yeah. So today a little bit more of the same. Maybe some grass cutting if we can get done in time. I think we will. Can't wait to get paid by these people here though. Which I was going to try to order my double bass pedal today, but working. So I can't even have enough time to order stuff. Like online, you can order stuff without talking to anybody. But I'm one of those people. I used to work retail, so I don't trust that it's in stock. If I talk to somebody, and sometimes it's hard to get somebody to go get off their ass and go look to see if the product's there. I mean, it's part of their job, but they're just like, oh no, the computer says it's in. Yeah, but can you actually go look? I used to work retail, and you know, in stock doesn't always mean what you think it means. In stock could be sitting on the, right at the front of the trailer of the truck, right? You know, for the next 2 weeks, it could be, you know. So I don't like to order things unless I know they're ready to go, right? I don't want oh yeah, it wasn't in stock, so it should be in on Wednesday. And then Wednesday turns into 3 months, and 3 months turns into 6 months. Especially this day and age, if it's not in stock, just move along. Just move along, or buy something else that is in stock, because there's a good chance you're not gonna get it. You know what I mean? Like, I remember at the best of times, when shipping was at the best of times, it's like us, and I used to tell people like that, like all the time, oh, it says the expected arrival date's this time. I've never seen something come in on the expected arrival date. It's always been months later. And again, that's 7.5 years of retail. If anybody, and just chalk it up to the grain of salt, either A, the guy doesn't know, or B, the guy doesn't know and doesn't care. You know, just goes by the computer. Never trust the computer. Oh, it's going to be in by Wednesday. It's going to be in by Thursday. It's in when it's in. And I remember people used to say, oh, they'd be like, well, can you give me an exact time when it's in? And I'd be like, no. I said, it says it'll be that, but I've never seen it. You know, I just tell them the truth. And they'd be mad at you, but there's like people who don't have like any sense of the world, of how the world works, always takes things extremely literally. So if it says it's going to be here by this date and time, it better be this by this date. like $16 an hour, or even $20 an hour, but you only get like 15 hours a week. You know, it's like they hire all these part-timers just so they don't have to pay the benefits and stuff like that, which I don't think should be allowed. If there's an employer willing to work 40 hours a week and you want to keep them on 38 hours a week just so they don't have to pay full benefits, I don't think that should be allowed. I'm not a unionist by any stretch of the imagination. The train thing, somebody asked me about it. I haven't looked into all the claims. I know it's been an ongoing thing for a while, but Canada, we're like, you better stock up on food stuff. I don't want to get too far into that in this video, but the trains have stopped. You know what I mean? Like, just for every day that train stops, it's all of them. You know, it's pretty much all of them. The two major train rail carriers in Canada, I think both owned by Warren Buffett. We should never privatize our trains. Both their contracts both came up at the same time, and they're trying to negotiate now. Some of the stuff I heard, I agree with. Like, they don't want another Lac-Mégantic, but ever since Warren Buffett bought our rail system, again, how is that even legal? Yeah, politicians, you know, selling us out all the time, right? Because, oh, privatization, capitalism, everything's cheaper. Yeah, but they also cut a lot of corners, and that's what they were saying. Like the rail cars don't meet standards anymore. These rail cars are 50 years old. You know what I mean? Like, they're old. The tankers are not up to, like, they can't survive a crash. You know, they don't have double line tankers. They need, like, the tankers are expensive, and that's going to take decades to replace all that, right? But I won't get into why we can't replace this stuff. You know, like, trains are critical infrastructure when you think about it. What they can move on a double-decker train across Canada, and if you've never seen a double-decker train, I remember the first time I went to Winnipeg, I get there, and I notice all the train bridges are, like, really, really high. I'm like, why are they so high? They're not that high, like, in this end, like in Ottawa and stuff like that. And then I seen the first double-decker train of my life, and I was like, that's cool. That's incredible. That is a lot of product. You know, like, to see rail cars stacked on top of each other, it's a bizarre thing to see. But they can get away with it in the prairies, right? And yeah, so these guys are striking so that we don't have another Lac-Mégantic. They haven't upped the codes, and you know what union workers are like. It's like you know, like, a lot of unions, I think, should be disbanded. In a country with good labor laws, you don't need unions. A friend of mine said that years ago, and he was right. You know, like, you could still strike without a union. But it sounds like a lot of these guys don't want to be striking. They just want to do their job. But on the other hand, you know, we want rail safety too. You know, like, we don't want, like, the new Palestine. Like, the government spends billions of dollars on foreigners.